Thank you for reminding me to hit record. I will never, ever. I should just have it tattooed on my forehead so it reminds me. I guess, what specific statistics are you looking for, Allison? And what library are you with actually first?
Yep. So I'm Bloomfield Public Library, so
Okay.
we're in Bloomfield. And I would mostly be interested in the number of checkouts per month for audiobooks and ebooks as separate statistics.
Do you want them broken out by which collection they come from? Or do you want just total in SimplyE how many audiobooks were checked out? You don't care if it's from your collection, from the state library collection?
I would say perhaps the total is the most important. However, we do count our own overdrive materials, not just Bloomfield's, but Library Connection, which I think is available through SimplyE. So perhaps if you did give us where it came from, that would be the most useful for deduplication. But I think at this point, we would just take the overall as well. And, if there's a little bit of duplication, probably not terrible, but again, our current usage is pretty much zero. I mean, the RB digital usage was very low too. So that's why I want to start promoting it again, but I want to make sure that I have answers, even for us on the back end, before we, start going gung-ho with it.
Yeah, the complicating factor with the statistics is that, I mean, yes, you can see checkouts from your patrons of all of the materials in SimplyE. The complicating part is there are several collections that Brad kindly sources from the state library, and we can't right now determine when it's a shared collection across all of the libraries in Connecticut. We can see the total number of checkouts, but I can't tell you on that Baker and Taylor collection that's shared across the state how many of those checkouts came exclusively from the Bloomfield patron population at this point.
Okay.
So that's where it gets confusing. That's why I asked, like, if we break it out by vendor, that might be more accurate. We can give Brad the stats on like Baker and Taylor checkouts across the state potentially, but we're working on a way to be able to then parse out from statewide usage, individual library usage of the big shared collections. So yes, we're working on it, but I don't have.
Okay.
Unfortunately, don't have a perfect solution for you yet today either.
And that's okay. I just wanted to make sure I had the most recent, information or decision on that. And then I'll just be on the lookout for it, but I can at least still go forward and, promote it with people. Because I can see how many patrons currently have something on hold, perhaps, or currently have something on hold or checked out.
Correct.
And so we were loosely going to use that as a way to kind of keep track. We figure if we're checking in every few weeks, we'd probably get somewhat of a sense of what people are doing. And they're not using it, but it's on our website. It's very passive right now, but I want to, start using some of our other channels to get people to start going there and looking for it, download the app. So I just wanted to make sure, that I just had the most relevant information and up-to-date information before I start to do that. And, then just tell people to go there and look for it. And actually, I guess the other thing too is I think, as far as the overdrive collections go, was it the consortium collection that's there then for Library Connection? That's our local consortium.
Yep. LCI's
Okay.
Overdrive collection. Let me just quickly.
But just the ebooks, not the audio, I think was my understandanding.
Right now, we're working on getting the Overdrive audiobooks enabled.
Okay.
Well, so in the next couple weeks, it will be all
good.
of the Overdrive collection.
Okay. Good.
Let me see. Did you have an Advantage account as well? I'm just pulling.
We do, yes.
Give me 1 second.
I was going to say, at least for us, I think that's where we would want to deduplicate, because Overdrive, we have a lot of people using our Overdrive. So that's where it would be useful to know where the numbers were coming from. But I think we just celebrate anybody doing anything through SimplyE. Hey, they figured it out. That first step of them just downloading the app, signing on, that's the hardest part for most people. So.
And yes, we do have the LCI main Overdrive collection, your Advantage collection. Then
okay, great.
3 collections from Connecticut State Library, and then the open collection from the Digital Public Library of America.
Right.
Those
Okay.
open materials as well.
Okay.
I wanted to add another question on the hardest part is getting patrons just to download the app, or then did you also mean like selecting their library? Is it?
Yeah, that part too. Yep. Selecting their library, entering their library card number.
Okay.
They have just a really hard time with that. And a lot of it is too, because by the time they're going to download an app and it's asking, their app store is asking for their password and username, and they don't have a clue. So it's like starting from scratch, resetting passwords. It's all of that. So it's not that it's particularly a difficult task to do. It's that we're dealing with a lot of people with very limited technology skills, and it just, the simple things get them tripped up. And then once they get in and they're more familiar with it, they can just go with it. But it's even reassuring them that, I'm going to walk you through this. You never have to do this again. We're going to download the app. You're going to put in your library card number. It will remember you after this. They're always so worried, like, oh, I'm never going to remember this.
That's super, super helpful feedback.
Yeah.
Not that we can change how the App Store works,
Yeah.
but
I know.
adjusting how the process by which, and I mean, Libby handles this differently as well, how patrons get walked through how they select their library, how they add their barcode or barcode in PIN if the
Right.
library has one, potentially be changed in the mobile app.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the easier the better. But it's really, that's the thing, is like every product has its own app. And so to get started with all of these, or then, sometimes they can't remember if there's something that you actually have to create an account. I can't remember if SimplyE is just put in your library card number and you're good. Okay, that's the easiest. That's like Libby too. Because with other things, we have Hoopla or Canopy, and those you put in your library card once, then you associate an email address with it, then it's stuck. Those are stuck together and they can't remember if they did it, and now they're doing something else and they're mixing email addresses with barcodes and they can't figure it out. I don't know what they did in the past. So yeah, it's just all of that that's the problems that people face, and then they get discouraged and it's like, no, you're so close, I'll get you there.
Don't give up. It's only
Yeah.
10 more simple steps, I promise.
That you never have to do again, as long as you just leave it alone
until they get a new device, and then it's
yeah, exactly. So
well, and I think there is a list or an interface feature being developed so that when you look for your library, instead of it being this long global list that includes every state's libraries, it would include just your own state's libraries. There would be sort of a geo piece to it. So I think that's something that's under development as well, which I think will help immensely, because I'm noticing now, when I first started working with SimplyE, the list of libraries wasn't so long. Now it's getting to be very long because so many libraries are joining on. So, and then I also wanted to mention in Library Simplified, in the dashboard at the bottom of the page, you can download CSV reports. You might want to just take a look at that. I'm still trying to really get a good understanding as to what data we could pull out of that might be helpful. And I'm going to try to work with, Carissa and others to see if we can come up with something that might be helpful. But just for your own understanding, you might want to just take a peek at that and see what data is being produced. And, for me, it's just coming up with a way to sort that data that's meaningful for individual libraries.
Okay. And then once the Overdrive audio book piece is resolved, will you send out communication and let us know? Okay. I might wait a couple of weeks. I mean, I know it's not always set in stone, but I might hold off a tiny bit longer. The only reason I worry is every time I have to send out communication and say, oh, accept this, or this is the one exception to this, and that's confusing. So if we're really close to getting that piece in there and I can just say, go for it, I might wait and then just do that. Like I said, it's on our website. People are not discovering it. So we have a new weekly newsletter we send out via email. So maybe I could set that up for next month or something. We're doing adult winter reading program. So I wanted to do all of our ebook and audiobook channels, promotion. So maybe that could be for the March part of it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That. Yeah.
And then I recommend, get all your staff to work with each other to download the app and go through the process. I worked at New Haven Free Public Library for 20 years, and I always made sure that I was on the reference desk no matter what position I was in, so that I had a sense of the challenges that the patrons were facing. And
Right.
anything that was new was always a major challenge for folks to understand. But
Yeah.
the key to being successful was having the staff trained so that they could work with the patrons and get them, to log in and to utilize the resources that we offer. So
Right.
totally understandable with that. But and if you have super users or power users that you're friendly with that
Mhm.
would test things out for you and sort of let you role play with them or whatever,
Yeah.
always take advantage of all those things, because as you go down the road and you're trying to get patrons to sign on, it'll help you immensely if you have sort of a procedure and a process, and also knowing where all the resources are, between
Right.
what LYRASIS provides and what we provide on the Ego website. There's a lot of kind of how-to type stuff.
Okay, yeah, that's good. And maybe I'll get our staff started this week. Then we have our weekly staff meetings on Wednesdays. So I'll get them started. And then by the time we're rolling it out to patrons with the full, this should be available. Then yeah, they'll have that. I mean, we have encouraged them in the past, but they don't always take us up on it. So maybe this will be the kick in the pants, like go for it. We're gonna relaunch it and make sure you're on the up and up. Okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, believe it or not, before I joined the state library, which was back in December of 2019, I had not utilized SimplyE, and so I had to get spun up on it. And I really didn't use Overdrive a lot. I was kind of one of those people. Hey, I'm going to read the book in print.
Yeah.
Sort of primitive and archaic. Um, I use SimplyE every single day, and I don't use it. I interface with it for work, obviously, when I'm trying to troubleshoot problems and that
Right.
type of thing. But I use it personally every day, and it's just amazing the amount of content that is available for free.
Hmm.
When I first talked to the former state librarian Ken Wigan about this, and my new boss Don Laval. I was just amazed at how much they were providing at no cost to libraries, and it
Right.
really is an amazing resource. And I think the value that if you can get through these initial hurdles, the
Hmm.
value it provides, it's immense.
Right.
In terms of, we have right now around 25,000 items that we're delivering for free to anyone in the state of Connecticut. So it's pretty powerful, if you can get through those initial hurdles.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Allison,
Thanks
also
for being
there's in the little online hub that we've built, there's a whole section with marketing materials. So you can probably get some stuff there. And I know Brad has stuff with the Ego materials as well. But if there's anything that I can help you with, putting anything together with your logo or anything, just let us know too.
Okay, that sounds great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Awesome.
All right. Well, I think I'm all set for today then. Hopefully you'll maybe get some more people drop in during the hour. I don't know. But okay.
We'll
It's
see.
good.
All
Thanks,
right.
Allison.
Thank you very much. All right. Take care.
Thanks, Allison.
Bye.
Bye.